Well, good morning, adventurers. We are up here in beautiful North Idaho. We love to come over here and ride. There is some amazing rides over here. This is where we do a lot of our overlanding ride and such because there's just so much great riding over here. We took a quick stop here at Maverick, which is Adventure's first stop. Not sponsored, but you know, hey, hit me up if you like to sponsor. So this is where we stopped to grab some snacks and stuff. We are going to get on the road. We're going up north, kind of over by Bunko, but we're going to be starting out south of Bunko, over kind of by Ohio Match, and then we'll jump into Hayden Creek and kind of ride over in that area. We rode here a couple of years ago, and we kind of went over to like Lakeview out of the Bernard Overlook and stuff, but we're going to stay inland this time. So let's get on the road, go meet everybody. I think we've got a pretty good group. We're probably expecting 12 to 15 people today. It is going to be beautiful. Haven't seen the sun in quite a while, so if the sun stays out and there's no clouds, it's going to be a beautiful day. It is a little bit on the chilly side. It was 27 when we started. So hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. This is the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and it should be an awesome ride. So as I said earlier, I think the goal is we're going to go up Ohio Match to Hayden Creek. Then we'll probably hit the airstrip. We're going to go to the Burnt Cabin, and then we'll hit the Hudlow Warming Hut. So it'll be a loop on kind of, I guess you consider it the southeast side of the Bunko Hayden area. We've got a, looks like to be a pretty good group. You can see all the trailers and rigs here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Looks like there's 12 or so rigs so far. I think there's a couple more. We're doing really good. I thought I was going to be early, and I think I was the third to the last rig here. So we're going to do a quick drivers meeting to get everybody on the same page, figure out how we're going to communicate, how we're going to get lined up. Brad's leading this one, so I'll probably take tail just to keep the back end. He sent me the map of where we're going to go so I can follow it, and I can see several of the others that have ride command so that we can keep an eye on that. Doesn't look like dust is going to be an issue today, and man, I tell you, it's a beautiful day. As you saw earlier, the sun is out, it's super bright. Gonna have to find some shades. I wasn't expecting to have to need shades for this ride, but definitely gonna look for those. So one of the things we finally did was we splurged and got a enclosure for the old Turbo S, almost 11,000 miles on it right now. The upper enclosure is made by Side-by-Side Enclosures. I bought this, no promo. One of the reasons why I like this the most is because of this upper zipper. When I saw them online, you can basically take this upper zipper and you can unzip this, and then you unvelcro and strap this, and the whole door comes off. So if you are converting to, say, winter or summer, and you want to take your top off, a lot of them you've got to undo your roof, you've got to undo your windshield to be able to get this piece off, and on a lot of them, this piece is really thick. So on this setup, the really cool thing I like is that can come off, and of course you've still got the door zipper to be able to get in and out. So if you want, you can just take the door off. They give you a really cool bag for it, but you can take the whole thing on and off, leaving this tiny little part year-round real easy. And then I ended up getting a, this is definitely not the right one, but it'll kind of fit. This is, I think it's a Kimamoto. It's designed for a Razor XP, which is not this one. The Turbo S has a slightly wider front here. Maybe I can go over and show Brad's where this comes out. The Turbo S, or the Razor XP, kind of comes straight down. So it's designed to go on that one. So there's a little bit of holes on the side. It's not bad. I was able to pull it over on the passenger side quite a bit, but you can see it shouldn't have that kind of a hole. But in the end, it'll work. I think on a Black Friday sale, it was like 29 bucks. So I'm pretty happy with how cheap it was. So I just realized I've got to hook up my chase bar. I'll get that hooked up, and then hopefully we'll have our meeting and get on the road. so we came up 206. We just crossed Hayden Creek. I think this is Hayden Creek right over here behind me. Looks like we're gonna be doing this in the reverse clockwise order. So Horse Haven, the airstrip's up there. So we're gonna be heading this way. I think this is over towards where Burnt Cabin and Hudlow are. Finally made it up here to some snow. Looks like a decent amount of snow on the sides, probably 4 or 5, 6 inches. Just packed, very icy. It was very slippery coming up. A little fun, but slippery. So we've got a group. We're just gonna take a quick break here, and then I think we're heading over to Burnt Cabin. So I walked back down from the group. I wanted to see what this view's like and give you this shot. I don't know what the GoPro will do. Looks like, kind of wondering if that's Mount Spokane. Not sure. Probably not. It looks a little bit like ski runs though. All right, well, we made it up here to another one of these saddles. Unfortunately, this isn't one you can get a super good view from. Maybe you can kind of see over there. But as we were coming up, I tried to get some cool views. There's some killer views off this side, and it definitely looks like we're gonna have some really good ones off this side as well. So I'm not sure where we're going. That's part of the beauty of just being in the back and following everybody. So I'll probably go chat with Brad and see some more details. I think we're on 202 right now. But yeah, definitely hit a little bit of good snow here. You can see probably 8-10 inches easy. I don't know what the pack is underneath it. Got kind of deep up there. We're heading downhill up where we crested. It was pretty good. You got to see that view a minute ago, but that was a really really gorgeous view coming up on the top of this. Winter is some of my favorite riding.
Right there, it's kind of close to you towards the bank, so be careful on that spot.
Winter is some of my favorite riding because it is so beautiful. Love going through this. Well, we came over that saddle. That was a pretty good one. Good snow up there at the top. It's I think it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and we were getting hungry. So we found this killer little campground here that would be a great place to stop and camp on one of our overrides, or one of our overlanding trips that we do. So cool little campground. The main road, I think, is right there that we're going to be taking back. But cool little camp spot, grabbing some food, been some great trails. Snow's good. It is icy in some spots though. It's definitely a slippery trail once you get off the packed snow and get into that real hard packed ice. We decided it's a little bit too cold here. Unfortunately, this would be a great camp spot because it's shaded, but right now we'd like some sun because it's a little cold. So we're gonna shoot up 209 and go up to the Hudlow Warming hut, and we should be able to build a fire, have some lunch there, and enjoy that area. All right, we made it up to the Hudlow Warming hut. I've been here a couple of times. I think me, Keith, Beth, and Kevin, and a couple of others came up here off 4th of July once, and in some little deeper snow. Had some fun, but it's a little warming hut. I think we're gonna get a fire going. Everybody will eat some lunch. You can kind of play around in here. So it's a cool little open area. As you can see, there's this big opening. I don't know if there used to be like a little bit of a airport or airfield here or what, but it's also got a vault toilet, so it's a very useful one. So this is the Hudlow Warming hut. Well, sometimes you're out on the trail and things happen. We are up here at Hudlow and we ran into somebody who blew out a sidewall. So Aaron from Kinetic Customs has these the sidewall plugs, that I had one of them with me. He's got one too, so we're gonna try and put it in there. It's pretty good gash about that big. So the sidewalk slug goes in there, and it's 2 pieces that hold the tire together. And then if you still got holes, you can use just standard plugs to fill in all the holes. I mean, even if it's leaking a little bit, you can still get back to camp or limp it back. So,
we'll get you out of here.
So the other thing we have is the glue treads. These are pretty interesting. This is, Daryl's got the sidewall slug. So this you stick in the tire, and then this piece comes out with a long one and it cups it. And you can see, if you kind of look between the two, they cup together. And so the whole point of the slug is it's supposed to be able to grab where the tear was and hold the tire. I mean, even if it leaks slightly, it's still good. The glue tread is basically a really good tape, and it's kind of a heavy duty tape that goes in.
Yeah, let it cure for 5-10 minutes.
Hear it.
Right as soon as the sidewall tread hits. I think we put a plug in there.
All right, so we put a couple of the glue treads on. That's, if you haven't seen this is a kit you can get. I think it's like 75-80 bucks, and it comes with a whole bunch of these patches and the special glue. We still have a hole somewhere, and so we're gonna try one of the sidewall slugs and see how that'll do on that one. All right, so we ended up cutting the lug off just to make it a flatter surface. Put a sidewall slug on there, a whole bunch more glue from the glue tread. Gonna let that dry and see if it'll at least hold mostly air. Even if it's a tiny leak, you can stop every 5 or 10 minutes and top it back off and get back to camp. So that's kind of the purpose of a lot of these emergency kits. And if you've ever used one of these, the purpose of this piece of plastic here is both of these are oblonged. And so this is an aligner for the inner piece, and you make sure you pull that tight, and it forces the inner piece to match the same as this so that they can cup together and create the hold. If you don't get this tight and these aren't perfectly aligned, it won't seal and it won't work. Well, we certainly tried to help them out. We put a sidewall slug, a bunch of glue tread, plugs, and all kinds of other stuff in there. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just not much you can do. It won't hold air. So they swapped the tire to the front. They're going to limp it back to their camp, and we're going to head out. So we're probably, I'm not sure if we're going to go by Horsehaven and shoot back. It's getting kind of late. The sun's already past the mountains. Everybody's ready to get back, so we're probably just going to shoot back and wrap up this ride for the day. All right, well, we made it up to a beautiful saddle up here. You can see the clouds. It's a little foggy down there, but it's really pretty up here. Some power lines, nice little group here. Been having fun. We are heading back now. I think this is our last leg. We should be heading this down, and then we'll get back towards Ohio Match and back to our final parking. Well, we got back here. It's definitely getting dark. The sun's just setting. I want to thank Ryan for letting us come here and park here. He didn't even go on the ride with us. He's got a couple things that he's working on his machine, but he was happy to let us park here. It's a really good spot, really easy for everybody to get to. Thanks everybody for coming out and riding, especially Brad, who led this one. It's always nice when I don't have to lead, because I can just kind of sit in the back, enjoy the ride and stuff. People don't realize there's a lot more to leading than just, going down the road. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like our content. We've got more trips coming up. We've got more rides coming up and all kinds of that. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. We post information on there, and we'll see you next time.